Gibson. Sam Gill is missing. Christine Ryan is missing. But David Boland's here, Valerie. Paula will be here shortly, I'm sure. Dennis is here. We have Margolis representation.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's everybody except Sam and Paula, correct?
Yes.
Perfect.
And Christine.
What?
And Christine.
And Christine, thanks. Takes a village here. Okay, shall we have a motion to approve the consent agenda from last meeting?
I will approve that agenda from last month's meeting.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, we need to be taking good notes here because our secretary's not here and neither is our director.
I see you already have a pen in your hand.
But I'm talking. You can't expect me to take notes and talk.
We are ambidextrous here on this
Yeah.
board.
Okay, so it was Bill.
I'll give you a Mary Liz.
Do you mind?
All right, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, we approved everything. So now we have the director report. Madam Director, so sorry you can't be with us. Joan can't be with us today. So I'm going to deliver the director report. Also, the city manager is unable to join us today, so I think everyone's here. Cloverleaf Pizza has received their certificate of occupancy at 204 East 14 Mile. They're currently hiring and they're serving pizza, so I think we should get down there soon. This is a very nice thing. Sandy Maynard, the owner of Unplug and Paint at 126 East 14 Mile, has weeded and brought plants from her yard to improve the pedestrian island in front of her store,
Nice.
which put the rest of our islands to shame, I'm sure. Thanks, Sandy. We all appreciate that. The renovations continue at 76 to 84 West 14 Mile. Formerly Lim's Palace is being clad in beautiful limestone even as we speak.
Yeah.
Work continues at 400 South Main at the Big Chicken for the new Biscuits and Gravy restaurant. Be very excited to have that. Also, the mixed-use development at 516 North Main is continuing with building plan review. And the Elliott Park Apartments on Rochester Road will be able to apply very soon for their final C of O for the entire project. Other news. Efforts continue to improve municipal trash collection. Tringali is now picking up 5 days a week or 3 days a week in the municipal lots, depending on the location, and once a week on the sidewalk containers. We're working with SACRA to improve the recycling pickup. So I think a lot of progress is being made on the trash front. Now, this is a little bit of a bigger deal, the clock. You remember the girls from Clawson High School did fundraising to repair the clock, and they raised over $5,000. They raised $5,500. However, clock repairs are going to be $8,000 to $9,000. Plus, there's a cost of fixing the supports and the posts and everything that holds it up to make it structurally sound. We cannot return this money to the girls. We don't have the cash if we buy trash cans. The DDA certainly can't support it, but we need to figure out how we can keep the clock project moving forward. I'm hoping that perhaps the city would like to chip in some clock money. Do you think we could bring that up to the council, Paula?
I think it's a great thing to bring up to council.
Because it'd be a shame to lose our clock, although I heard that somebody suggested that we just blow off the whole clock project. But I'd like to continue the fundraising. I'd like to suggest we continue the fundraising efforts, see if we can get some money from the city, and see if we can continue the work that those good girls started. So do we need a motion for that, or can we just say that we want to do it? I think we just say we want to do it.
Yeah.
Alley Artwork. Quotes have been obtained for CAD drawings, material, cutting and welding, and paint. They came in within the grant amount, so the approval's been given to start the project for artwork in the alley, see it installed this year. And with the speed with which we installed that arch, I expect it for the tricentennial.
Do we know where we're getting the artwork?
No, I don't know where we're getting the artwork.
And who's classifying
anybody
it
seen
art
it?
anyway?
Yeah. Has anybody, well, somebody's seen the artwork.
I don't recall that ever being brought up.
I don't know. I wasn't at the last meeting.
I wasn't at the last meeting either. We were not at the last meeting, no.
Okay.
But there's been emails going out. Joan has had some local steel cutters quoting there's two different parts to it, so I think there's 2 different vendors, but they're local here.
But you know what it looks like?
Yeah, the goal, we did have a rendering. I guess I can email that around this week.
That'd be nice.
But the goal is that it's interactive, so it's like other cities, like Toronto has one. like
Oh,
a
we're doing it
lock
with padlocks and
installation-
stuff.
Yeah, with padlocks. So we could potentially have padlocks for sale at local businesses, and you could purchase one, or you could bring your own. You could have your 1970s locker lock if you had a vintage one at home, and you could come and.
So it's the
lock it
love
onto
locks
that.
theory, which has been banned in Paris, where they
Put them on the.
put them on the fences across the Seine and destroyed the, anyway, this one is an interactive art project where you can add your own locks and put your own message to your loved one or someone you think should be incarcerated, or just about anything, and attach it to it, and it will be an interesting and interactive thing in the hall. Thank you, it's all coming back to me now.
Yes.
Any questions about Joan's report?
No.
Then we move on to the city manager report, but he's not with us today. Diane Clausen.
All right, Don Clausen, we've got 2 big things coming up for Halloween. The allergy-free trick-or-treat and the pumpkin crawl. Pretty much all the restaurants with liquor licenses are participating in the pumpkin crawl. We'll kind of hash out some details here in the near future. And then the trick-or-treat, I've confirmed with those businesses as well that they'll be passing out the candy. We still need to confirm with the other just non-bar restaurant businesses, but I got to get with Joan for that one.
And that's always really fun. That's one of our best events of the year.
Yeah.
Do you have
So,
dates for those?
That's both on the 29th. So trick-or-treat's in the morning, pumpkin crawl is in the evening. So busy day that day. And other than that, that's been about it.
Okay. Do we have other things to discuss about the alley, or did we cover it in our artwork discussion?
No, I think last month we talked about the dimmers were going in, and
Yeah, it's all set.
there were
We've
more
been
tables
using
and
the
chairs
lights, it's been
added.
fine.
Excellent.
Was there more tables and chairs being spoken about?
I think they're out there.
Are they?
There's like 3.
We delivered
really?
4.
Okay.
I think it was 4.
Then there's
So-
4 out there.
There are 4 out there.
Oh.
So we're good with 4?
I would suggest we stick with the 4 this year,
Yeah.
because this year's kind of almost over, and then decide if we need more in the springtime. So we only need to store 4, and not more. Pardon me. Okay, anything else on the alley? Now, new business. Let's go back to trash. We're considering purchasing the outdoor trash cart garage and container as provided by Secure, which is certainly a better-looking thing. It came in your email.
Yeah.
That's way better looking than the current trash cans all over downtown, which makes us look like the bad neighbors who don't clean up their cans afterwards.
Yeah.
So I think we've settled on the design, haven't we? Or the choice of,
That I'm not sure.
You were looking at it.
So
So
I looked at like importing ones. We can get custom ones made that seem like they're maybe like almost half the price. So I need to figure out what the actual size is of the cans out there, and then I can get a full quote for that. And then I forget who I was talking to, but there's probably an opportunity where we can like charge businesses to put like an advertisement on it if we wanted to. Might be a little cheesy, maybe not, I don't know, but it's something that you could stick on and off if we wanted to cover the cost with that. So just throwing that out there. Or we could just put City of Clausen.
if we wanted to give the businesses a chance to sponsor trash cans, I would think we might want a uniform thing sponsored by whoever with the
I'm just
same
throwing it
kind of
out
logo
there.
and artwork on all
That
of
was a
them.
pun.
The nice thing with them being steel is that like for events or, in some sort of like scenario like that, you can use magnets. Like buying those vinyl printed magnets are pretty cheap.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Right, and they could then be uniform design, but, you're not even having to unstick something, it's just a magnet.
Yeah.
So what we have out there now are the 55-gallon drums. And these trailers with cans are basically $1,500 for the painted ones that don't rust.
Correct.
$1,400 for the ones that do rust. I say we go with the no rust. But anyway, what are we gonna do with the 55-gallon drums?
Well, they go in there. Or the carts
Don't
go
the
in there.
carts
You put
come
carts
with?
in 'em.
These are trash container garages.
So it
So
just.
it goes inside it to mask it and make it look better. And I think we've
So it has to
clearly
be-
worked with Tringali to make sure that they are easily dumped,
Basically.
so we don't have something else we can't empty.
Different version.
So they have to be able to fit the 55-gallon drum.
Correct. I don't know if it's 55 gallon.
It's a
Yeah.
65-gallon
Okay.
cart.
Oh, all right, then we're
All the
good.
things.
10 gallons to spare. Sounds
They
like
do get filled
moonshine.
up really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, 65-gallon poly carts.
Okay. And then someone's got to go around and count them babies, see how many we need.
I think there are 6.
Only 6?
Is that right?
I don't know. I don't
Aren't they headed
remember.
for the edges of the social district?
Yeah.
I want to say when
Was
they put
there-
them out, it's around, it was 6 or 7 was the total that we put out.
Yeah.
Plus the ones that were already down there, like the ones with the wire around them.
Yeah, the city,
Yeah, the city
city
ones.
cans, the smaller ones.
So,
All right.
But we wouldn't be touching the circular ones, right?
yeah,
Those are
the
staying?
city cans would stay. The drums that we purchased, my understanding was they're just going to go back to the DPW for mixed-use stuff. You know, when we have events and whatnot, they can be used for that.
Yeah.
And then the new cans would replace all those.
It would be a partial improvement with the hopes that
Yeah. Well,
everybody sees
the
how
other
great
thought was
ones
the.
are and we purchase more.
Yeah. And this-
Basically move the other cans to like, the ones that are currently there, the original cans, move those to corners or whatnot, get the other ones around the social district businesses. Once a year goes by, we have more financing to do that, we buy the other cans, replace everything, and go that whole route.
And you found another company or an
I mean, I import
individual?
stuff all the time, so I just took a quick look, and there's definitely companies that build that and import it. So it seemed like it was half the price, but I don't have the full details on it because I don't have the exact size of the poly cart. So if
Right.
I get that, I can share full
Right.
prices.
Just be sure when we look at those prices, we allow for freight.
Yeah, so freight is more expensive than the actual unit. So freight for 8 of them was like 4,000 right now, but it can change all the time. And then each container comes out to like $300 to $400. So
Right.
it's a lot, yeah.
And if we look at that freight, we may find out we're better off to buy all the containers at once if we possibly can, because the freight may not change that much.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
It's a moving target.
it's true. As much as you can order at once is always the best.
Yeah. So we're proceeding on the trash can front. Any further?
I guess my other question would be to make sure, can we order poly carts from that same vendor?
They do have their own poly cards too, but I wasn't sure if we have to use whoever's picking up the trashers
I believe
card.
we do have to
Oh,
use the
right.
Tringali ones. So it looks like the ones that are out right now they're not the 65-gallon ones that we're talking about. They're a smaller version that I don't know if Tringali just dropped them to make life easier or whatnot, but I think they just got put as a temporary thing out there.
Okay,
Because they're not the same size from the 65 that we're looking on this one.
Oh, okay.
So I think we got to figure out like what's that look like, because the dimensioning's going to change with that.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much for following up on trash cans. I'm hoping maybe we'll be close to making a decision on this for the October meeting.
I think
Is that a
so.
reasonable goal?
yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Any comments from anyone on the board? Is there anything else to bring up? Hi, Paula.
Good morning. I just want to say that Councilwoman Penny Lubes, our Oakland County representative, contacted the DIA regarding their Inside Out art program, and I had a meeting with them last week, and they're going to do the Inside Out art installations again. They've selected Clawson as one of the communities, and if you recall, it's probably 3 or 4 years, they take actual artwork, reproductions, and then they put it outside in communities and allow for that immersive experience, right? So,
We were one of the first communities to have it. the
Yes.
Pilot year.
and it's awesome that they selected us again, right? Because a lot of people want it, and they saw that Clawson was desirable. So I just want to say that in the next couple of weeks, Penny and I will be meeting with a representative from the DIA, and we're going to do a walk of the community to try and locate some places where we can install the art. And if anyone's interested, please let us know, just so that we can make sure we check out your area. So it's kind of interesting. It might be something for the alley. They're very cautious in how they present their artwork. Sometimes it's on a stick or a pole, and sometimes it's affixed to a surface, but they were very clear that they do not desecrate properties and, they do not put up art and then leave you a mess behind. But I thought that was really good
You
information.
couldn't tell, we had one on one of our buildings, and you could not tell at all when it was gone.
Yeah.
It was just gone. It was sad, but
So
Was
that's
that
it.
the only spot, or were?
No, they will do 6 to 10. I
Okay.
believe the number was 6 to 10. And Clausen had quite a few the first time around. They were probably close to the 10, maybe. I don't remember the number, but
that was a long time ago.
it was a long time ago, and it was really nice. They did a bike tour with a docent from the DIA to kick off the event, and I don't know, we haven't
And
made
it was
plans.
nice because they were throughout the town, so it really had people walk.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there that thank you to Penny Lubes for getting that going for us, but also thank you to the DIA for selecting Clausen, and you guys may have locations you'd like to suggest that we work with them and see if we can do it. So that was it. Have a great Tuesday.
Thank you.
Wednesday. Have a great Wednesday.
We have a member of the public here. Do we have any public comment or anything?
No, good morning. My name's Kirsten Hurtig. I'm a resident of Troy. I'm one of your incumbent judges, and I've just come to observe.
Well, thank you very much. Welcome, Judge.
Thank you.
We love to be observed, and it happens so rarely.
Apparently, we're being judged, not observed.
Do we have anything else that anybody needs to bring up? Have we forgotten anything? We're still waiting for final details on the finances from the city. They are not ready, so we're going, just to be clear, we're continuing to work as if we had a real budget that's 100% in order, but we're pretty comfortable with what we know we have, although it's not quite right yet. But it will be soon, I hope. Okay, how about a motion to adjourn?
I'd be happy to make that.
And is there a second?
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Now you've got time in your day for 3 or 4 meetings.